You line up your own energy when you pour the actual libations. And when you redirect the energy from going to some mystical outside into the inside, that's when you start literally manifesting and in actuality taking care of business where things will actually work for you. As remember, I suggested the last time to get the book The Magician. Anybody got that book? The Magician, Philip Cooper's book, The Magician, Studies in Effective Magic. That particular book, Studies in Effective Magic, The Magician, is basically tells you that, oh, that's mine. Oh, man, okay, you pull out all the stops there, man, yeah. You know. Okay. Basically, that nothing works for you not unless you convince your subconscious mind. So let me give you an example. One brother, we used to stay up all night in the early 90s, 90, 91, discussing the black problem, just all night to the break of dawn. So I didn't see this brother for I didn't see him 4 years, and then I saw him in July. This nigga up here going to TD Jakes. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing going to TD Jakes? You know, this is a brother responsible for bringing Naim Akbar to Syracuse University, Rochester University, a whole lot of things, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? But see, this is where things being redirected and things that not understood can happen. Basically, and what happened was that he had 2 children that actually died on him. So the third child, his wife went to T.D. Jakes, and he supposedly anointed her, and she had the 3rd child. So now this nigga's all convinced that T.D. Jakes had something to do with his child being born. And see, what he didn't understand based on the actual spiritual realm was his wife grew up in Mississippi and her ass is still down in Mississippi. So the only archetypal image that she ever knew was Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? In the book, Philip Cooper's book, your subconscious cannot produce anything for you until you convince your subconscious that it is real. So Allah, Obatala, Amin-Ra, Osai, that wasn't going to hit it from Miss Mississippi. She needed the iconology in which she grew up with. That was her reality because she was taught that way from a child. So I even gave her some magic before. And the magic didn't work because Miss Mississippi, she ain't down with it because she hadn't convinced her subconscious, or she hadn't programmed her subconscious that the shit was real. You see? So when T.D. Jakes came, the same energy that applied if doggone some brother on the planet, if a Yoruba master would come and anoint somebody, basically telling a person to open up and let the energy flow. You see what I'm saying? That person would get it. Because she only knew Christianity, the only thing that was going to apply, not unless she got some severe deprogramming and other knowledge of greater other realities, the only thing that was going to work was good old Jesus.
She let it happen through the church.
So she used the iconology of a system to program her own flow of energy that her subconscious got and cured whatever was wrong for her that was blocking so she could have the baby. You understand what I'm saying? And they had shit to do with cornbread eating ass T.D. Jakes. You see what I'm saying? But that was the way that she was programmed from a child, because the subconscious can only deal based on what it is being programmed. It's the same thing based on I got a friend named Brother Basisi up in Philadelphia, and his wife died, I think, last October. But she lived 10 years with cancer. And she became the ultimate vegetarian. He was a vegetarian years before her, in the 70s. She became the ultimate vegetarian. She was even, would even wash with spring water, cook with spring water. I mean, literally. I'm talking about the literal, I got a brother, I'm talking about the real fanatic aspect of it. But she still never got rid of the cancer. That is because she didn't convince her subconscious mind to get rid of the cancer. So it didn't matter how much she cleaned the vessel. You understand? The cancer is all based on the psychological aspect anyway, and there was some things that she was not letting go. You see what I'm saying? And that's all it was, is a blockage in the first place. You dictate what the cells do anyway. So based on that, going back to this, he's thinking it's TD Jakes. You see. So based on that, I'm saying also you line up the actual energy, because it is your energy that you're lining up. And at this particular time, look for no God to lift you up but yourself.